it does not matter to an examiner whether you have understood the concept or not. Examiner will only see if you have written it or not. Try to make monthly and weekly targets. Daily targets is tough to follow, but अभी कभी उसका लाइक होता है ना, कभी मैसेज आ गया गर्लफ्रेंड का तो हो जाता है कि डेली टारगेट डेली नहीं रहता था, टू डेली हो जाता है. ट्रस्ट मी, इट्स नॉट अबाउट लाइक, इट्स अबाउट मेकिंग योर आंसर्स लाइक्ड बाय समवन एल्स, द एग्जामिनर, नॉट girlfriend or boyfriend, examiner. So it does not matter how much gyani you are, you should be knowing how to write the answer and being able to convince him that yes, I know the answer, right? Hello everyone, my name is Ravi Kumar. I have secured rank 84th in Civil Service Examination 2020 and this was my second attempt. In my first attempt, I got Indian Railway Account Service. My option was geography. So I just want to quickly brief about some of the things that I did in geography optional and would like to keep this video very short. Detail we can do sometimes later, but since I'm running out of time, this is a brief of what geography is and what should be the approach regarding geography in my perspective. Okay, so first of all, geography as an optional, why I am almost decent to talk about it is because in geography, in my 2019 attempt, I got 207 marks. The bifurcation in optional 1 and optional 2, I can give you the bifurcation also. I got 128 marks in optional 1 and 84 marks in optional 2. This was a very significantly low marks that I got. In my second attempt, I did some of the adjustments, and by what I mean in adjustment is not significantly improving my knowledge base, but yes, making some adjustment in some of the sources that I'm using and the way I'm presenting myself. So the number in the 2020 attempt shot up to 279, almost equal to 280. Not the best, but they are good. They're good enough considering the marking scheme the optionals are having these days. As far as the bifurcation is concerned, I got 1 marks more than the last year in this segment, but in this segment I got 150 marks. And there are few things that I did not do. Some of the things are very shocking, but then also 150 was the score that I got, which is significantly higher than this attempt. It is 64 marks jump, right, in one paper. And that actually created all the differences this time. So optional, specifically in geography, plays a whole lot important role, not just in deciding the rank, but also in deciding the job that you might be getting. Because in the list, it depends upon where you are coming, right? So what are the things that I did actually to make this and to have almost decent score on this? They're not very bad, but this is actually a good score in second paper. Not that good also, but yeah, decent score over there. So few things are there. I'll just quickly touch upon those areas. First is I'm trying to tell you about the basics, some of the basics of geography. Geography or any optional actually contains 500 out of 2025 marks. This is actually a significant chunk. As compared to the GS papers, the improvement in optional can be very significant, whereas the scope in GS paper is not that much. The scope is not that much if you are on a good level only. But here you can really significantly improve your marks. So if that is the thing, then we should understand what optional is all about, right? So there are two papers, optional 1 and optional 2 paper. I mean same paper 1, paper 2 of optional. So I will just remove O from here. Paper 1 and paper 2. Paper 1 have two different segments. One is physical geography. I'll just write some words of it. Physical geography. Another one part is human geography. And paper 2 have Indian geography, where both of these things are combined. So in this we have Indian geography. I think this is clear up until here. In Indian geography also we study about the human geography of India, the physical setting of India and all those things. So this is what the paper theme looks like. Now what are the book list that I followed? So considering the book list I followed, I'm not going to recommend the same, because my book list has not been a comprehensive one first and it has not been a strategic one second. So what I recommend, and some of the books that I also tried were, first is for the physical geography. For the physical geography, a good book on this. Okay, first of all, you should definitely do NCERT of 11th and 12th class at least. This will not just help you in optional, but it will also help you in mains. And they are very good, comprehensively written. They might not be sufficient in optional, but they are somehow very good in terms of covering the prelims part. So do them 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, and be very, very comfortable with them. First thing. NCERT is like, try to do it, why to play with it, and it won't take much time also. Second is, second we are going for the reference books. So if we are talking about the physical geography reference book, I personally referred to Savinder Singh or Sindhu. I think Savinder Singh. Savinder Singh is the name of the author, the book. And I had a compiled book of all the 4 or 5 topics where it includes the parts like, paper 1 have 5 parts. So one is geomorphology, second is climatology, third is oceanography, fourth is environmental science or something, environmentalism, or the fourth one is that. Fifth one is related to soil and its structure and all those things. Yeah, I'm forgetting the name of these 2, but yeah, these are the 4 things that are there. Usually in market, the usual aspirant, what it does is, there are dedicated books available for all of these 3, like Savinder Singh on geomorphology, Savinder Singh on climatology, Savinder Singh on oceanography, and maybe there can be a compiled book for these 2 options, these 2 also. That is a good way to do it, because in those books, almost all the part of the syllabus is covered. Now, why I'm saying syllabus? See, the moment you are starting geography, the first thing that you should try to do as an optional is see its syllabus. Huh? Okay. See its syllabus and previous year questions. This is going to be your guideline throughout your preparation. It will help you to not go beyond the scope of the paper, and it will help you to increase the productivity of whatever you are studying. One mistake that I did in the first attempt and in the second attempt is I never did previous year questions. Maybe that is the reason why I could not get more than 300. I can personally tell you, if you are preparing your previous year questions, like maybe last 5 years, 10 years or 15 years questions, 10 years is sufficient, I think. But if you're preparing your previous year questions, you are off the chart and in an advantaged position as compared to those who have not done it. So it's important to do this. So personally, I would recommend you to actually be more focused on these 2 things. Have them in the mind, print them out, stick them to your paper, to your cupboard, whatever it is that you are studying, and always try to, every day, try to look at the syllabus when you're preparing for optional and previous year questions. The moment you cover a topic in your optional, go to the previous year questions. What are the areas that have been asked? For example, whenever you are completing oceanography, go back to 2018 and 19 and ask and see what are the questions that are asking, because now the questions being asked are more applied based, more on the basis of application and not the static part of oceanography. Similarly with the soil also is the same. So application is coming more. Climatology, they are not asking about what is tropical easterly wet jet stream, etc., etc. They are asking more current affair based questions these days. So the thing is, it will tell you the scope. Climatology in global warming, they may use climatology a lot. You can answer it very good. So if you are having a decent idea of what are the previous year questions, if you have a decent idea of syllabus, it will reduce your time and it will increase your profitability in terms of getting number in the paper. Second, so I had, as I said, the aspirants, they have dedicated book for geomorphology, climatology, oceanography, and a book on environment and soil and other things. This is actually a very good way to do, because when you have these books dedicatedly, then you will be able to cover a large part of your syllabus which is mentioned in the syllabus. Every single subtopic you will be able to find in them. If 1 or 2 topics are not available, you can try to search on Google. What I personally did was, there comes a comprehensive book of Savinder Singh. That is this thick book, but it does not cover all these topic 1. One mistake is that it does not cover all these topics. Second, even in these topics, it doesn't cover all the subtopics. So this is not something that I recommend. However, this is something that I used. So yeah, I would recommend that if you can find each and individual book, that is good enough. That is good actually. Second is in human geography. This was my only source technically. There is one parallel source that I will tell that I did. Second was human geography. In terms of human geography, People use Majid Hussain. I have also used Majid Hussain search note, but I search book Majid Hussain. M.F. Hussain was the painter, I guess. Yeah, Majid Human Hussain. Okay, Majid Hussain book. I have personally found that it has less approachability to me in terms of the first chapter of human geography. See, these are the chapters of physical geography. I'm sorry to tell this in an unstructured manner. I hope to cover everything that you are looking forward to. In human geography, one thing that comes is perspective. Second is, I think, economic geography. Third is something okay. There are five more chapters as there are in the physical geography and human geography. Models is one of them. Models and theories. So technically, in terms of the rest of the four topics other than perspective, I find Majid Hussain is a good source where you can inculcate a lot of facts from the book directly into the answers. There is a separate book of Majid Hussain on models and theory. That is a very good, a separate models and theory book by Majid Hussain. That is actually very good book, and I have been able to answer 2 questions last year also and 2 questions this year also from that book. Models are very limited only, they are not too much models in those models and theories. So you just have to do them. This was a very good source. But as far as a comprehensive book for entire human geography, Majid Hussain, I see its utility is a little less. However, it has a very good utility because it provides you with very good topics like adaptability to the climate, different tribes living in different places, how the population have increased, etc., etc. Population is also one of the topics. So slowly it will come in the brain. So yeah, population is also another topic. Very good cover. Some of the diagrams are also there, like J curve, S curve, etc., etc. I use them a lot in this attempt, in my second attempt. So in those terms, it is a very good source. But in perspective terms, I find it is overly hyped, and I'm being very brute and honest. I find it is overly hyped. I don't think this is a book that I would ever recommend for perspective. For perspective, try to find other source. There are few books that I see many people suggest, like Rupa Made Simple, etc., etc. I have not personally used them, so I will not endorse them. So one thing I must say about perspective is, if you have good knowledge about perspective and you can use it integratedly here and there, small things, trust me, your chances of increasing your number to 300 and 300 plus rises a lot. Perspective is something that you can inculcate in your even physical geography. In human geography, of course, there are so many things in perspective, like you can use in population, etc., etc. Then in the second paper, you can extensively use your perspective. And if you use perspective, it makes your answer geographical. A lot of people ask how to make answers geographical. Up until the result, even I never knew how to make it. But after the result, I started to notice that yes, there were some changes I made which made my answers geographical. One of the changes was using perspective in my answer. So where did my perspective from? I personally did perspective from a parallel source, which I will be telling along with this. I'll tell you beforehand only. Shabbir Ahmed sir's notes were available in the market, but they were very thick to me. And I've never heard about him also earlier. So when I went to the shop, I genuinely asked who is the most trusted source. Then he said Shabbir Ahmed sir, and then I asked him about his resource, which was 3-4 years back, older notes, because they were lesser in thickness. And to me, ज़्यादा नहीं हो पाता मुझसे जितना time available था मेरे पास first attempt में. मेरे पास जितना time available था first attempt में ज़्यादा नहीं हो पाता. So basically मुझे छोटे notes चाहिए थे. I wanted smaller notes. So I went to Majid, not Majid Hussain, Shabbir Ahmed sir's note. And in that, the perspective is very good. In the terms of coverage, at least it covers everything. You might not be able to understand all the perspective, but if you are understanding the perspective through books like Rupa Made Simple, through Majid Hussain sir's note, or even if this book is helpful to you, in whichever way, if you are able to understand the perspective, then your answer becomes very good. But if you are not able to understand, at least you should remember some of the things. and you should know how to apply those things into the answer. It does not matter to an examiner whether you have understood the concept or not. Examiner will only see if you have written it or not. If you can include things from perspective, it is well enough for me. So for me personally, Shabir Ahmed sir's जो note जो बहुत पहले जो मैंने use किया था, उसमें content available था. However, the coverage perspective का भी I would say only 80% ही coverage था उसमें. But I thought 80% is well good and enough. अगर कुछ extra आएगा, I'll not choose that question only. But do not play this risk. This is a very risky thing to actually look for. Always try to achieve 100% syllabus coverage. That will help you a lot. It will not create uncertainty in your preparation. But I went with 80%. That was enough for me. So yeah, this is the first paper. This is the source for the first paper. In second paper, Indian Geography, we have almost similar topics to discuss. For example, physical setting of India, agriculture in India, economic geography of India, communication, and etc. etc. Linkages, transportation. All of those things are also in this. We will call it Indian Geography. Indian Geography. But there is just one book I would say that is big enough to even look at, heavy enough to carry, and dreadful enough to scared about. And that is Dr. Kuller book. It is a very good written book, an amazingly written and even revised book. It is constantly being under revision, and it has everything that is there that you want to know. But the problem with this book is it is a very thick book. It's the heaviest book I've ever, I think, hold in my hand. So maybe that might dread you, but trust me, it is in a very simple, lucid manner explained. The idea here is to make the short notes of Indian geography as much as you can from this book. For example, suppose if a part is coming in Indian geography like agriculture. Now if we look at agriculture, there are multiple subtopics given in the syllabus. Remember, this is actually a guiding light to us. Okay, so there are multiple subtopics given in the syllabus, and almost all of it you can find in Kuller, Dr. Kuller's book. Yeah, so you can easily find all of those topics. But the thing is, once you have done Dr. Kuller, it's all over 1,000 pages long. You cannot revise it back from the Kuller, and also there are so many topics that you cannot remember, that you need not to study. So look at the syllabus. Go to the book. If you're using this book, if you're using any other book, maybe Majid Hussain sir's book on Indian geography, whichever book you're using, go to that book, find the subtopic and prepare from it. Try to lessen it, like I would say, try to notes बनाना है, उसमें से notes बना ले, वो बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है, right? अगर कॉम्प्रिहेंसिवली नोट्स नहीं बनता है, फिर भी कुछ कुछ टॉपिक्स के नोट्स बनाए जा सकते हैं, बाकी टॉपिक्स हम डायरेक्टली बुक से पढ़ सकते हैं, उसमें कोई इश्यू नहीं है, ठीक है. कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव नोट इन द सेंस कि आपने सारे टॉपिक्स के, उन सारे टॉपिक्स के भी सब टॉपिक्स के नहीं बनाए. इट विल वर्क आउट. कुछ कुछ मेजर टॉपिक्स के बना लेना, ताकि सारी चीज को बुक से ना पढ़ना पड़े. देन इट विल बिकम अ वेरी वेरी hefty task for you. So yeah, that is my book list over there. Now I'll first talk about 2-3 mistakes that I committed, and finally I'll go to some of the strategy part of it. I cannot cover everything right now because I'm actually running short of time. Sorry for that. Yeah, we'll keep it as a guiding light for this session also. These two things. Yeah. So couple of mistakes that I did. I would say there were few mistakes which I would not want anyone to repeat. Only my enemies can repeat it, but there are not many. There is not anyone. So yeah, please don't repeat any mistakes. One thing is time management. Now, time management both in terms of preparing and while writing in the final paper. What happened is geography is such a big topic. It's a big subject, and it's a very well-known fact that it might be one of the biggest that is there to choose as an optional. Yeah, geography is one of the longest topics, so it's important to manage your time while preparing also. I would say roughly around 3 months is sufficient to complete geography as an optional studying and being prepared enough either to have written the mock test or prepared enough to write the mock test. Okay, that I can considering some of the people can take some extra time in the beginning So they might not be doing, they might not be able to complete mock within this time only. But some people can do it. Most of the people can do it actually. So 1 or 2 mocks you could have written by this time also. Okay. So here I'm saying covering plus mock. Don't worry, if you have not written mock in the 3 months of preparation, it's totally okay. As an example of myself, I've never written a single mock. I've never written a single answer before my prelims selection in my last year. So it's okay. Things can be done. You have enough time, right? But that's not something you should always aspire for writing mocks. Okay, so 3 months is good. So if you are in terms of time management, preparing 3 months dedicatedly is a very good way. Try to make monthly and weekly targets. Daily targets is tough to follow, but अभी कभी उसका लाइक होता है ना, कभी मैसेज आ गया गर्लफ्रेंड का, तो हो जाता है कि डेली टारगेट डेली नहीं रहता था, 2 डेली हो जाता है, 3 डेली हो जाता है. सो वट एवर वे यू आर कंफर्टेबल, ट्राई टू कीप टारगेट at least monthly and weekly appropriately. Daily target for those people who want to experience some really good time management. Day target for that also. So overall, try to keep monthly. I would say roughly in my head, whatever it is, I would say geomorphology alone will take 2 to 3 weeks, maybe geomorphology. Then the rest of the part of the physical geography will take 1 month more, maybe 1 month or more. Human geography will not take much time. Human geography overall will take 20 days at max, if you have all the sources and everything. At max, 15 to 20 days it can take. At max, that is also not in the first time when we are preparing first time, notes बनाने में वगैरह करने में 15 से 20 दिन लग सकते हैं. After that, Indian geography will take another 1.5 months or something. 1 month or 1.5 months. Some people can really do all these things in half times. Some people will require all this time. But it's just a tentative time, that whatever the time frame you should, if you want any. But there's no need to stick to that. Be as free as you can. So time management during preparation, as already said. Mock test. See, mock test, some people have a dilemma whether they should take mock test before prelims or after the prelims when the prelims is cleared. One thing is, whenever you're feeling comfortable, giving mock then is the best option. Now, that can happen before prelims also. Some people do not prepare optional up until the prelims. After that, they do it. So, if they cannot genuinely give mock test before the prelims. So, after prelims, if they are ready to give mocks, then they should give. But all those people who are covering their optional subject before the prelims only, all those people, they should do mocks when they are feeling comfortable, and at least see previous year question paper the moment the topic is covered. I have not done it. That have not been a very good habit of mine. So I'm not proud of that. I advise, please do go back and look at the previous year question papers. So yeah, around even at this time you can write mocks. At that time you can write mocks. Even while preparing in these 3 months, initially you might take some time. But after 1 month or 1.5 months, you can start writing mocks about those topics which you have already written. There are dedicated sectional parts also that is given by the different coaching institutes. Sectional papers. So you can give them. Mock test, that will help you in understanding that what are the areas of question that can be asked first. Second, how you are handling all the difficult questions that are coming, difficult as compared to whatever your preparation is. And third, how to manage the time in answers. Now that I will tell a little bit about here in the final paper also. So this was regarding preparing, time management regarding preparing. Final paper. This is important that I want to tell. This is not something that is usually told, but yeah, this is something that I want to tell because that all created a difference in my this time's score. See what happened in prelim in final paper. Final paper का मैं पूरा template बताता हूँ. सबसे पहले क्या होता है? First day ऐसे होता है. Second day GS 1 plus 2 होता है. Third day GS 3 और 4 होता है. उसके बाद आता है 5 दिन का गैप. 5 days का गैप आता है. 5 days gap आता है. And then mandatory paper, a language paper, English, and one more language is there. I think, yeah, that happens. And then optional 1 and optional 2. I mean, optional paper 1 and paper 2 का paper एक ही दिन होता है. So I will just give one of them. Okay. So this is what it happens. You get 5 days of gap between these. Usually what happens is people dedicate the one day to English and this language wala paper. It is important to give time to this also. If you're not getting minimum number in this, no, you're it does not matter how good you did it. It won't be of any substance. You will they will either not get checked. I think they will not get checked only at the first instance. But if they get checked, there is no point. You have not cleared the minimum number that you have done it. So at least one day before kar lena zaruri hai. Especially this. See, usually what happens is for English medium people, they think they can write essay in English, write article in English. They just need to see once. I understand it, but when the other top language is coming, for example, Hindi, Urdu, they have read it in their school time. It's better to actually for that one day devote. It's better to go back to previous year's questions. What are the questions of last year's, and to look at some of the vyakran or the grammars of some of the things. So it's important in that terms. One day dedicated to this. Then you have around 5 days or 4 days. I'm forgetting exactly how many days we get, but I think 4 or 5 days is what we get. Last year, what I did was in the final paper, my time management was so bad that considering that we got 5 days, I'm forgetting how many days we get. I think we get 5 days. Considering we get 5 days, for the first 4 days, I did just geomorphology. Okay, as I told, there is paper 1, paper 2. पेपर 2 में फिजिकल और फिर आता है ह्यूमन ज्योग्राफी. इन फिजिकल फर्स्ट इज जियोमॉर्फोलॉजी, देन क्लाइमेटोलॉजी, ओशियनोग्राफी, okay, everything. Okay, this is just for the first 4 days I did geomorphology of, that is the first chapter of physical geography, which is the first part of the first paper only. We have to do everything. We have to revise all of them in 5 days, and I just dedicated all the time to geomorphology. Now, why I did that was because I was into more playing mood, and so I just kept playing only. I forgot that karna bhi hai. Forget तो नहीं था, but थोड़ा ज़्यादा casual हो गया था because my GS went decent only, and I thought कि ठीक है खेल लेते हैं भैया के साथ वगैरह. Do not do this. In this attempt, what I did was, in the first 4 days, I actually did the rest of the questions, and I dedicated one day at the one final day कि मैं इसमें जियोमॉर्फोलॉजी करूंगा, और मैंने उतना जियोमॉर्फोलॉजी किया, उसमें ही जियोमॉर्फोलॉजी किया. इंटरेस्टिंग फैक्ट इज लास्ट ईयर जो मैंने चार दिन लगा के जियोमॉर्फोलॉजी किया, मैंने उसका एक क्वेश्चन भी अटेम्प्ट नहीं किया. बाकी मैंने पेपर अटेम्प्ट कर दिया, बट उसके लिए मैंने सिर्फ एक ही दिन पढ़ा था. अब एक दिन में कुछ नहीं हो पाया, रिवाइज भी नहीं हो पाया. बट दिस टाइम सिंस आई डेडिकेटेड 4 days टू दिस, 1 day to that, and finally सोने से पहले I could revise all these things because I was writing as I was studying. I did 2 times revision of all these things. So this time everything was in sync. This is before appearing in the final paper. In the final paper, I chose my papers, my questions correctly. Last year, I think one of the questions I chose was a mistake by myself. So time management in that terms is very, very important. This was the biggest mistake that I did. Second mistake was taking paper too lightly. As my marks only says that in the first attempt, I got 128 plus 84 only. In the second, 129 plus 150. This is just 84 number. They are not very much. They are very less. Very less. Someone who is getting 84, I'm pretty much sure should not make into the list also. So yeah, 84 number is what I got in my optional paper 2. The thing is, I took it lightly, not knowingly, unknowingly only. I thought because of a lot of part is coming in from the current affair. Even those mocks that I was giving, I was not knowing what to do and what not to do. So I did not pay much attention to this second paper. But trust me, if you are paying more attention, you can score 150, 160, 170. Please do not keep it lightly. And final thing is previous year questions. This is the mistake that I repeated again in this attempt also. I never do previous year questions paper because I personally do not have a knack for it. I do not, maybe you can say like, I do not like doing it, but trust me, it's not about like, it's about making your answers liked by someone else, the examiner, not girlfriend or boyfriend, examiner. Yeah, so previous year questions are actually must in terms of optional. Actually, it is must. If you're not doing it and then you're getting good marks, it's kudos to you, but please do it and be sure that you are doing it. I did not do it. I repeated the same mistake. Please don't do it. Now, last portion is strategy. Would not take much time. Uh, I was hoping that I can share some of the answers also, but some of the answers that I wrote, the approach to that also. But if because the time is a little less, and but as the time allow, I can try to do that also. Strategy that I follow. Okay, we are trying to develop a rational strategy what a person can do, whether he has a lot of time, whether he does not have that much amount of time, what level of stage of preparation he is in. So I'm trying to understand what I did and trying to understand what the other people's aspirations are, and just briefly telling you about 2-3 things that you can do. Okay, first is dedicate at least 2 to 3 months. 2 to 3 months for this, at least. If you can do it in the shorter time, kudos to you. But if you don't, please 2 to 3 months कर लेना. ये पेपर पूरा, ये ऑप्शनल पेपर पूरा पूरा फाइनल लिस्ट में नाम डिसाइड करता है, और वो आपका पूरा जिंदगी डिसाइड करता है. तो इट्स बेटर टू एक्चुअली स्पेंड 2-3 months, जिसके साथ जीवन बिताना है, टाइम तो देना पड़ता है ना. ओके, सेकंड इज गाइडेंस, कोचिंग एंड टॉपर्स. या व्हाट आई वाज सेइंग इज, sorry, why I missed it. There is no undo in this. Dedicated 2-3 months. Dusra is try to have guidance before approaching to this. Like, guidance can be as small as you are looking to this video, or if you don't like me personally, you have an issue with me, try to look to any other person, whoever you want, or ask your senior, ask who already have an optional of in geography, how to approach it. In case कुछ भी work नहीं कर रहा है, try to talk to some of the teachers that you have in the coaching. और अगर तभी work नहीं कर रहा है, you can try to take coaching also. The sources of guidance are multiple. You have to choose some of the sources. So if you are guided, see, right now I don't think there is a need to get guidance from other people, because online इतनी सारे चीजें available हैं already. Online, there are so many sources available, so many toppers. Before me also, 83 from this institute only. I'm not from this institute, but a geography person has given, Anmol Shivastav sir was the name of his. I watched his video, I was in the home only. There are multiple sources to have guidance. Please take guidance, how to approach it about. Third is focus on answer writing. Focus on answer writing. See, it's not, I would say it's very good if you are able to understand the concept, but it does not matter to understand a concept. It's very good if you have geography knowledge, the wisdom of geography, but it's not necessary to have that wisdom. What you need to do is write an answer and get your answers being corrected by the examiner and get good number. I right now, I'm not able to recall, मेरा just अभी result आया है एक week पहले, and I think I'm unable to recall my syllabus only. What was the syllabus? As you saw, I cannot write the full chapters of the first paper only. Second paper में तो मैं गई नहीं, क्योंकि समझ आ गया था कि कुछ नहीं हो सकता. So it does not matter how much ज्ञानी you are, you should be knowing how to write the answer and being able to convince him that yes, I know the answer, right? So answer writing, let alone, will help you. Does not matter how your preparation is. Now, how to get good in answer writing? There are 2-3 things. Okay, by the way I'm making the diagrams and all this flowchart, these are also how I write my answers. You can see they are a little bit of descriptive, diagrammatic in their own approach. So answer writing, see, first is check mocks, do mocks please. मॉक्स देना बहुत जरूरी है. आपने चाहे 1 दिया हो 2 दिया हो, पर देना जरूरी है. और डिसेंट नंबर देना थोड़ा सा सेफर रहता है कि आप डिसेंट नंबर ऑफ मॉक्स दे दो. अच्छे से मॉक्स दो. गेट देम इवेल्युएटेड बाय टीचर और एनी ऑफ योर कलीग्स, seniors who have already been appeared in this mocks. First. Second is see toppers answers. Toppers answer. It's seldom done thing. Usually people neglect it. The thing is, they should really look to the other people's answer, and if they like some of the aspects or some of the content of their answers, toppers answers, they can use it. There's no patent, no copyright issue. You can totally use it. The toppers answer, how they have written, the strategy they have used to approach a specific answer. So you can see Junaid Ahmed sir's answers were there. Anmol Shivastav sir's answers were there. Ranked 5th, I'm forgetting the name of her. her mem's answers also there. Like they're so beautifully written, and trust me, just 5-6 answers if you see, you'll be able to learn more than 5-6 weeks of preparing for this answer writing. They are so beautifully written and they are so practical. You will feel that even you can do this. And once you are able to realize that, trust me, confidence comes. With confidence, good answer comes. With good answer, good selection comes. And with good selection, life changes. Not for mom and dad. They will always keep on asking you to wake up early on the time, take shower every day, go to the shop, and all those things. Yeah. Majorly, these were 3-4 things that I wanted to discuss with you. I specifically want to reiterate one element of my entire interview is to write good answer. And now, up until my interview, I never knew what a good answer would look like in geography. In GS, I had a fair idea. So yeah, in optional, I always thought that I don't know how to write answers. But it turns out that the way I was writing answers is actually somewhat similar to the right answers writing. So focus on answer writing. I will again re-emphasize on this thing. Now, in geography, there are 2-3 things that you can actually do. You can actually do to make actually your answer good in generalistic manner. Okay. One thing is use of diagram. Now we all know Hindustan ka naksha, Bharat ka naksha, like India ka jo map hai, we used to make diagrams of that. ऐसा कोई इश्यू नहीं आता है, वो बड़ा फ्लुएंटली चला जाता है. वर्ल्ड मैप वगैरह अपन काफी यूज कर सकते हैं, करना भी चाहिए. द बेसिक स्ट्रेटेजी इज, मैं पर्सनली मुझे लगता है कि हर आंसर में एक ना एक डायग्राम होना चाहिए. वो डायग्राम चाहे वो भारत का हो, दुनिया का हो, या फिर वो डायग्राम एक फ्लो चार्ट ही क्यों ना हो. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल फ्लो चार्ट कैन बी दिस, ऐसे करना, मतलब आर यू गेटिंग मी. सो कोई भी एक डायग्राम जरूरी है, थोड़ा सा अगर हो जाएगा तो थोड़ा लाइक अच्छा लगता है. ओके. Second is to interlink your answers even if it is not the subject. For example, even if it is on paper 2, please interlink with the geographers of paper 1, the philosophers or the geographers of the perspective of paper 1, human geography. So for example, suppose in India a question comes on the population growth. Population growth. You can totally link it with the demographic transition theory, DTT. Demographic transition theory is like that. ऐसा कुछ होता है. Yeah, I think everyone knows about it. Demographic transition theory. You can also talk about the Malthusian theory of I think how more population can create problem, resource crunch. You can totally link it with the resource to population ratio, ultimate population, etc., etc. 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 So these are the first paper's concept which I'm using in the second question. So second paper, first paper के concept second paper में लगा रहा हूँ. This makes your answer integrated. That's how interlinked you should be. Third is, even if you don't know the answer, even if you don't know the topic that what the question is asking for, if you just remember the syllabus, no, by remembering REMEMBAR ऐसा कुछ होता है. Okay, does not matter. Remember syllabus. अगर सिलेबस याद होना तो आधी चीजें वैसे ही सॉल्व हो जाती हैं, क्योंकि आपके पास सारे पॉइंट्स आ जाते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर मैं कोई क्वेश्चन पूछता हूँ, व्हाई इज देयर पॉवर्टी इन इंडिया, राइट, इट्स अ जर्नलिस्टिक आंसर. यू कैन एनी पर्सन कैन राइट दिस आंसर, बट हाउ विल इट बी अ ज्योग्राफिकल आंसर? सी द थिंग इज, व्हेन आई से ज्योग्राफिकल आंसर, इट लुक्स लाइक बड़ा डरावना आंसर होगा, कुछ ज्योग्राफी का होगा, बट इट कैन बी इजीली रिटन इन ज्योग्राफी आंसर. Okay, I forgot the question. Why is poverty in India? Poverty in India, right? So, this is actually a brief demo that I'm giving. How this will help, this will help, this will help. Everything will help. See, poverty in India. Why? The question is why. Now, how to make it geographical? We all know poverty में जो issues हैं, why poverty is there, but how to make it geographical is just by going through the syllabus or by making more diagrams, by interlinking with the first paper. Now, as I will be writing, we will be knowing all these things. First, I'll tell. See, you can totally use the theories that are over here. You can use Malthusian theory. You can use DTT, वगैरह. You'll get 1 point from there. You can easily get 1 point from there. Second is, you can actually use the syllabus. I'm using some of the points from syllabus. For example, there is a chapter on regional development. It's actually a big topic in the syllabus itself. I'm just using the name. Just write it and write few of the things in this point. Third, we can use how not the governance is also a part of the geography. So how governance ki ineffectiveness is actually creating poverty. Then slowly you can easily find almost everything is there. For example, we may say that there is a little bit of faulted economic structure, जहाँ पे too much of focus is on not labor intensive sector etc. और ईंधन की efficiency उतनी अच्छी नहीं है. For example, overcrowding in agriculture, disguised population etc. So that you can find in agriculture वाला part. Or manufacturing wala part, everything is over there. Even the city development model and all those things, you can find the name in the syllabus and just make few points out of it. Trust me, your answer will be geographical answer and you'll get a good number. This I'm doing even without drawing a diagram. If I draw the diagram, it's like sone pe suhaga. If you do that, not if, you should do that. The moment you get an opportunity, draw it. The moment you don't get an opportunity, create an opportunity and do it. It does not matter कुछ पूछा हो, कुछ भी पूछा हो, डायग्राम बन सकता है. पॉवर्टी का डायग्राम बना सकते हैं अपन इंडिया में इजीली. इवन इफ आई डोंट नो, आई कैन इजीली मेक कि कहाँ पॉवर्टी ज्यादा हो सकती है, कहाँ ज्यादा हो सकती है, जहाँ पे एग्रीकल्चर ज्यादा अच्छा नहीं है, जहाँ पे पॉपुलेशन बहुत ज्यादा है, पॉवर्टी ठीक ठाक हो सकती है वहाँ पे. तो एक रेफ डायग्राम बनाया जा सकता है इन केस की आपके पास कोई डायग्राम नहीं हो. बट मेरे पास तो यहाँ पे DTD है, लाइक मैं पॉपुलेशन रिसोर्स वाला बना सकता हूँ डायग्राम. सो डायग्राम्स आर देयर, सो हैव अ कॉपी ऑफ डायग्राम. सो या दिस इज रिगार्डिंग आंसर राइटिंग. एंड वन मोर थिंग इज time management in answer writing. See, the thing is, overall, you have to understand that you have to complete all the paper in 3 hours. You have to judge which of the questions that you should do. For usually paper का ऐसा होता है, template 4, 5, फिर 6, 7, 8 और 9 होता होगा. No, 5 होता है ये. Okay, question number 1 and question number 5 are mandatory. They are mandatory. You have no choice. Then you can choose 3 questions, either 1 from this and 2 from this, or 1 from this, or 2 from this and 1 from this. All the 3 should not be from one region only. So these are 2 different sections actually. Section A and section B. So this is how it is done. So time management in choosing which questions you have to do, and then applying how much time you should give to 10 markers, how much to 15 markers, how much to 20 markers. Time management will actually help you in managing time. Not time management, answer writing will help you. In answer writing in mocks will help you to judge how much time isko dena, how much time isko dena. I forgot what was the vague time that I was using. Otherwise I would have told you, but I actually forgot what was the vague time. Yeah, all these things were almost everything that I wanted to tell. There is one more thing, it's just not coming in the brain. Wait. Geography. Yeah, okay. One final thing actually, what I want to say is, I'm focusing too much on this. H2O is water. Always keep yourself hydrated. It does not matter क्या हो रहा है. Keep yourself hydrated throughout this preparation, not just in optional, a later part also. Keep drinking water. Do not build too much stress on yourself. And as I already have mentioned, before entering into the exam, don't forget to do toilet. सुसु करना बहुत ज़रूरी है. Otherwise अगर पेपर के बीच में आ गया और पेपर छूट रहा है, trust me, it's going to be a hell for you. It was hell for me in GS3. I don't want to create the same hell for you. So please make sure of all these things, and I hope we can be more interactive in this similar way. We can be more interactive. But if, for today, that is all that I have to say. Thank you very much.